Well, thousands of Canadians are right now on waiting lists for life-saving organ transplants. But because of a lack of supply, many people will not receive an operation in time. And that's why one woman is turning to social media for help.
My dad, Bruce, is the love of my life. But he needs a kidney, and he needs one soon.
Bruce's family says it could take 6 years before a kidney is available, and they worry their dad, Bruce, may not make it that long without one. So joining us in studio this morning is his daughter, Karen Malcolm-Pye. Good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Let's give people an idea of what the numbers are like in this country. The most recent ones we could find were from 2013. 4,500 Canadians waiting for a transplant. 260 of those people die every year. When did your dad first learn that he needed a transplant, and how did that evolve into you creating, what we were just watching, part of this social media campaign?
So my dad's actually lived his life on one kidney. He was born with one kidney, and he tried through diet and exercise over the years to maintain his kidney health. And it had been going down for the past few years. And earlier this year, he was at 6% kidney function, so he was in kidney failure, so he had to start dialysis. And that is when we realized the dire shortage of kidneys in Canada, and we knew that we needed to take this into our own hands and find a live donor for my dad, because that's really our only option.
The video that you created is very emotional, and in part, I think, because it gives people a sense of what it's like to be waiting. That sense of being out of control. What kind of response have you received so far?
We have heard from so many people across the country that are in the same situation as we are, because there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in every province that are needing a kidney transplant. So it's helped to invigorate me to bring the awareness, not only to find my dad a kidney donor, but also to bring awareness for all those other people across the country who are in dire need of getting a kidney.
We know your criticism is not with the doctors or the care that your dad has received, but you do think, as a family member who's going through this waiting process, there are improvements that could be made to our system. What are they?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things is putting into the system the opt-out rather than opt-in. If you compare Austria and Germany, who are very similar economically, in Austria, they have about a 99% donor with the opt-out on their driver's license.
And for people at home who may not know what that means.
So opt-out, so what it is if you sign your donor card, that means that you are automatically going to be a donor. In Canada, you have to sign your card. In some countries, you have to opt out of being a donor. So in a country like Austria, you are automatically a donor unless you opt out. So they are at a 99% donation. Germany, their sister country, is an opt-in, so you actually have to choose to sign your donor card. They're only at 18%, and they're in major shortages of all organs.
Karen, have you received any feedback as to why Canada hasn't gone the opt-out route?
I do know that they did try a few years ago. Legislation decided to not make any changes, so I don't know any reasoning why, but I do think that that would be a great first step nationally to really help jump on not just kidney, but all organ donation. The amazing thing about kidney donation, though, is that we do have the opportunity to be a live donor, and that is something that people can make a decision to save a life today. We all have 2 kidneys. It takes 1 kidney to save a life. It could take 1 kidney to save my dad's life, 1 kidney to save a little 2-year-old girl in PEI, or a little 9-year-old boy in BC. There's so many stories. I want people to realize that this is something they can potentially do to save a life today. And how amazing is that?
We know your dad, Bruce, is watching this morning.
Yes,
so we're rooting for you, Bruce. Thanks for being here, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
If you are interested in learning more about how you can help this family or other families, please check out our website, yourmorning.ca.